clerk opening up about the frightening moments during an armed robbery, how she stayed calm under pressure, and her warning to others. Plus, what started as a simple ride ended in chaos. 5 Southeast Texans, they were injured in a multi-motorcycle crash. What investigators say may have caused it, and their warning. And new details in the deadly shooting at a Dallas ICE facility, what investigators just uncovered about the gunman, and what may have motivated this attack. 12 News Daybreak starts now. Good morning, Southeast Texas. Thanks for waking up with us here on Daybreak on 12 News Plus. I'm Mark Armstrong. Your time's now 7:01, so let's go ahead and get a first look at your weather with meteorologist Jeff Gerber. And here's a live view outside from our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network, just 10 minutes shy of sunrise. We're looking at Lake Charles there. Jeff, how's this weekend going to look?
It's going to look beautiful as we see clear skies out there right now. We'll see clear skies, it looks like, through a good portion of the weekend. We'll also see each morning, Saturday and Sunday, a lot like this morning, middle to lower 60s across the area. Look at Jasper right now, 61, 63 Kirbyville, Silsbee, Orange at 65, 67 at Woodville, 64 Beaumont, 68 right now in Port Arthur. Take you up to Jasper where we're in the lower 60s and we have clear skies there as well. Looks like a great start to your Friday. This afternoon we'll see highs in the middle 80s, mostly sunny skies, a little bit of a north wind between about 3 and 8 miles per hour. Beautiful weekend. Next week also looking good. We'll have your 7-day coming up.
And a disturbing moment here caught on camera when an armed robber targeted a gas station Wednesday night in Orange. We broke this story on Daybreak yesterday. It had happened at the Gulf Station on Lutcher Drive near the Louisiana state line just off of Interstate 10. That man walked in with a handgun, jumped the counter, and demanded cash, sending the clerk screaming and begging for her life. She wasn't physically hurt, but she was taken to the hospital for being shooken up there. Now, police, they are still looking for that suspect who's on the run this morning. Detectives believe that he may be connected to a similar armed robbery in Vinton just the night before. And here's a photo of that man from Vinton wearing a nearly identical clothing. If you have any information about the robbery, Orange police want you to contact them. And stick with us here in the next half hour. We're going to have more from that store clerk who survived this terrifying ordeal. And 12 News continues to gather information on a shooting that forced Orangefield ISD schools into lockdown yesterday. All the students are fine, but the investigators say that a man is dead and a woman is in the hospital after a shooting near the schools. Now, late Thursday morning, deputies, they responded to Granger Lane. That's where they found a 44-year-old woman shot. She was rushed to the hospital in serious condition. The man who shot her ran off, but deputies later found him on the same road. He went inside of a portable building where deputies heard a single gunshot. They say that he took his own life. Deputies, they haven't released the names of the man or the woman. We also don't know a motive here, but the school lockdown, that was lifted once the suspect was found. And this time of year is the most dangerous for motorcycle drivers. 5 Southeast Texans, they're still recovering nearly 2 weeks after they were hit while they were riding back their motorcycles from the hill country. Take a look at this video. You can see the chain reaction. One of the riders told 12 News an 18-wheeler driver wasn't paying attention when he hit an SUV. That SUV then cut in front of the group of riders, causing them to wreck. 12 News reporter Daniela Tabuada Palau, she spoke with one of the riders and a Beaumont traffic officer.
You have vehicles that cut in front of motorcycles because of the small stature of the motorcycle. They're not able to see the motorcycle. They're not paying attention.
According to Beaumont police, this is the most common type of motorcycle accident. An accident J.W. Dalton of Harley Owners Group Chapter 5298 witnessed on his group ride back to Southeast Texas from the hill country.
18-wheeler, heavy truck, causing the chain of events to happen, which knocked an SUV over into our lane, right in front of our bikes.
The crash outside of Houston sent 5 people to the hospital.
It was our first annual ride, so it didn't start off very well, but luckily, and thank God, it wasn't catastrophic.
January, Beaumont police say there have been 37 motorcycle crashes in Beaumont, a number that can still grow, Officer Troy Wagner says, unless drivers take proper precautions.
People in vehicles, they have to check twice to make sure that a motorcycle is not in their blind spots. Two wheels and four wheels both need to pay attention.
A need that Taz Roberts, vice president of Beaumont Hard Riders, echoed.
Don't be an offensive driver, be a defensive driver.
There are several things motorcyclists cannot control. However, you can check your tire pressure, make sure your tread isn't bad, create a ride plan, and have safety meetings.
Safety starts with the motorcyclist itself, the rider itself, just watching out for us, look twice, save a life.
And there are safety courses at Teddy Morse's Cowboy Harley Davidson in Beaumont, and we have a link to that course on our website, 12newsnow.com. Well, across Texas now, investigators in Dallas say that they've recovered writings linked to the shooter in Wednesday's attack on an ICE facility. Members of the U.S. Attorney's Office, the FBI, and ICE provided an update in their investigation yesterday. They said the suspected shooter, Joshua Yon, opened fire from a rooftop overlooking that ICE field office. He ended up killing one detainee and injured two others before taking his own life. Investigators say that Yon put a lot of planning into this, claiming that the notes he left behind show that he intended to terrorize the ICE agents.
The clearest motivation for this attack are his own words. In his handwritten notes, he says, "I want to cause terror." He doesn't want to just impact the ICE agents and the law enforcement agents that were carrying out that mission yesterday. He wants to impact ICE agents and law enforcement across the country. Again, his words, cause terror for those employees across the country.
Investigators also say Yon legally purchased the bolt-action rifle used in that shooting. He purchased that last month, and he used ICE tracking apps to monitor officers' locations. Well, community leaders in Dallas had held a vigil for the ICE shooting victims on Thursday. Meredith Humans reports.
In front of Parkland, Dallas County's public hospital, a show of support for the 3 detainees shot during Wednesday's ICE office attack.
Because there's a victim right here right now that, needs our support.
Tony Gonzalez, regional commander of the Brown Berets, and leaders of several groups say they feel the shooting victims are being overlooked.
Stop the whole anyone else is the victim, but those people that are fighting for their life.
Information about the victims has been limited. Mexico's Ministry of Foreign Affairs confirmed one of the seriously injured victims is a Mexican national whose family, it says, is awaiting authorization to visit the person in the hospital. In a statement, the foreign ministry said it expressed its concern through diplomatic channels, requesting clarification of the events and allowing unrestricted access to the affected Mexican national. During a press conference, officials said a process of notifying consulates and next of kin was ongoing. The FBI also said the suspect searched apps to learn about the presence of ICE agents, something the Brown Berets say they share on social media.
That's the least we can do to protect our families, to protect our people out here. Our people are being kidnapped, so the least we can do is warn them where the danger's at. So it's a service we provide.
Well, Texas has carried out its 5th execution of the year. Blaine Milam was put to death yesterday evening for the 2008 killing of his then fiance's 13-month-old daughter. Court documents show that the toddler was found with bite marks and other disturbing signs of abuse. Milam and the child's mother told investigators that they performed an exorcism on the child. Milam's execution was delayed twice over appeals on his mental capacity, but the U.S. Supreme Court denied his final request for a stay on Thursday. He was executed by lethal injection and pronounced dead at 6:40 p.m. And across the nation now, after nearly a year of uncertainty, TikTok users in the U.S. can keep on scrolling. President Trump signed an executive order Thursday backing a deal that keeps the app running. Under the plan, TikTok's U.S. operations would be controlled by a new joint venture with a majority of American investors and board members. Beijing-based company ByteDance will keep less than 20% ownership. Now, a copy of TikTok's algorithm will also be brought into that venture and overseen by Oracle. Vice President J.D. Vance says the agreement should give Americans peace of mind.
This deal really does mean that Americans can use TikTok, but actually use it with more confidence than they had in the past, because their data is going to be secure and it's not going to be used as a propaganda weapon against our fellow citizens.
Chinese officials are expected to sign off soon, and the president is extending the pause on any ban for another 120 days to finalize the deal. And the Justice Department says former FBI Director James Comey has been indicted by a grand jury. Comey led the probe into Trump's 2016 campaign, and now some critics say this move feels more like political payback than justice. Amy Kiley reports.
I'm innocent, so let's have a trial and keep the faith.
Former FBI Director James Comey faces federal charges after a grand jury indictment. They include allegations of false statements and obstruction of a congressional proceeding. At issue is Comey's 2020 testimony before a Senate committee. In it, he repeats his denial of an accusation that he authorized an FBI media leak.
Who's telling the truth?
I can only speak to my testimony. I stand by what the testimony you summarized that I gave in May of 2017.
Some analysts say the case could be hard to prosecute. A source says Attorney General Pam Bondi had concerns about it, though she denies that. A 2018 DOJ Inspector General report says Comey's accuser, quote, lacked candor. The indictment has no signatures from any career DOJ prosecutors, just a new Trump appointee. It contains no other evidence and is a page and a half long.
When your producer handed it to me, I said, well, where's the indictment? I thought this was just a cover sheet. This is the whole thing.
President Donald Trump calls the indictment, quote, justice in America, after he publicly asked Bondi to pursue it.
Comey's a bad person. He's a sick person. I think he's a sick guy.
Some analysts say the indictment is revenge because Comey investigated Trump's 2016 campaign.
I'm not afraid. Vote like your beloved country depends upon it, which it does.
All right, coming up next in our third hour of Daybreak here on 12 News Plus, the search for a husband has a California woman resorting to putting up billboards. What led her to this decision and how you can apply. Your time is now 7:11, and Friday Night Football just hits different during homecoming week. 12 News reporter Derek Jones, he's live with all the pregame energy in Port Arthur. We'll be right back.
We begin with breaking news in Port Neches.
Firefighters continue attacking the flames from the air.
We're working to learn more about a police chase.
We'll give you a live look at the scene tonight. Our crew there.
A chase in Port Neches turned into a standoff.
So we're working to get you more information.
We're going to keep you updated on air and online as we learn more.
Stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
I wouldn't say that I was like a partier, but I would say that I was a social butterfly. So we would just always drink. That night, I went through a red light and I T-boned another vehicle. And I just remember thinking like, oh no. Right after the DWI, I lost my license and I did 30 days in jail. I could have killed him because I decided to be reckless. I have a ton of regrets. I'm Katie. 5 years ago, I got a DWI and I'm still paying for it every day.
As tropical activity picks up in the Gulf, 12 News is your hurricane headquarters. Get prepared before a storm hits. Watch the 12 News Hurricane Special, streaming on 12 News Plus. From the must-haves in your supply kit to the evacuation routes you'll need to take, plus safety tips and how you can protect yourself from storm scammers. The 12 News Hurricane Special, keeping you prepared. Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, don't mess with Texas, means we gotta step up, walk the walk. Do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, don't mess with Texas means don't litter.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Patrick Vaughn here with one of the most important hurricane tips, having an evacuation plan. First, gather food, water, and medicine before storing it in an emergency kit. Plan well in advance where you're going, how you'll get there, and if you'll need to transport any pets, small children, or the elderly. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
Clear skies out there this morning behind that cold front that went through yesterday. You can see skies starting to lighten up over towards Lake Charles as we look down towards the port of Lake Charles early on this Friday morning on our Roofing 911 Live Skycam Network. Lake Charles in the middle 60s. We're seeing a lot of middle 60s out there for this morning. 65 in Orange, 65 in Silsbee, 64 in Beaumont, about 67 in Woodville. A little bit cooler, Kirbyville 63. Jasper's down to 61 this morning, and we're at 68 in Port Arthur, so feeling very nice. There's the front out into the Gulf. Still some showers associated with it, but it's far enough south that we're not going to get any of those. And you can see the clear skies across North Texas, all the way down through Central Texas, East Texas. No problems out there. They might catch a few showers south of the front today in maybe down towards Brownsville, but we'll stay dry. We'll see temperatures climbing into the middle 70s by 10 a.m. We'll go to the lower 80s by lunchtime, and then up from there into the middle 80s this afternoon. Can't rule out a couple of clouds, but nothing as far as any rain for today. This evening looks great for football. A lot of 70s out there, and then overnight we return back to the 60s like this morning, some middle to lower 60s to start off on Saturday morning. Out into the Atlantic, we have some activity out there. After a pretty quiet season, we have a new hurricane, Hurricane Umberto, and we also have this disturbance that we've been watching. Hurricane Center says this has a really good chance of development, 80-90% chance of development. Some of the computer models want to take it up into the southeastern U.S. Some just kind of skirt along the coast. We'll have to wait and see how this develops. This will not be coming into the Gulf, neither will Umberto. That's going to be staying out well off the east coast, but it will be a strong hurricane. They're expecting maybe a Category 4 hurricane by early next week with winds at about 130 miles an hour. So no issues for us here in the Gulf, but the East Coast is watching these two storms pretty closely, especially the one that hasn't formed as of yet. All right, our forecast for today, we're looking at mostly sunny skies. North winds at 3 to 8, highs anywhere from 85 to about 87. Football games tonight, we start off around 80 and then we'll end up in the 70s for most of the games. So a very comfortable night out there as far as watching some football, having some fun. And then for tonight, mostly clear, light and variable winds. Look at that, middle at the lower 60s once again, just like this morning. Our 7-day forecast continues with those 60s every morning through Thursday morning. So very mild mornings. Our normal low for this time of year, about 68. We're going to be well below that for some of those mornings. One morning we'll be down about 63, it looks like, on Monday. And then afternoon highs in the upper 80s, and then next week some lower 90s.
We had a bit of a lull there with the tropical weather. Now we've got something that might be affecting the East Coast. Is this any sign of any more activity, or hard to say at this point?
We'll have to wait and see. Right now the Gulf is pretty much closed. We're not going to see anything here just because of that front, the wind shear and things like that. But once we get into October, typically we don't see too much going on out there, but this is a kind of a funky season, so we'll have to wait and see.
All right, thank you, Jeff.
It's time for the Daybreak Pep Rally.
And it is Friday Night Lights in Southeast Texas, and the energy is electric. It's homecoming week at Port Arthur Memorial, and the Titans, they are turning up the energy this morning as they get ready to take on Beaumont United. And our 12 News reporter Derek Jones, he is live at Port Arthur Memorial right now. Derek, how are the Titans gearing up for tonight's big game?
Mark, it's getting a little bit heated up in here. They're playing boots on the ground behind me, and I'm here with the Pep Rally Committee. And could you guys just tell me what is so important about this Pep Rally tomorrow on Saturday?
The Pep Rally tomorrow kicks off our homecoming week. So we're just trying to do something for the community and bring all the schools out so they can enjoy themselves. We have entertainment for the kids. We have a mechanical bull, a gaming truck, and bounce houses. Just something to build up the community.
Then how long have you guys been doing this Pep Rally for?
The Pep Rally started back in Lincoln days, and then when Memorial became in existence in 2002, we just kept up the tradition because it was something good to do for the homecoming week.
And I'm so excited to be an alumni Memorial High School Class 2019 to come back home and celebrate the homecoming festivities with my mom. I've been helping her out, getting everything coordinated to make sure the community is celebrated, and also our football team as well.
So the parade started back in 2002 when Memorial High School was brand new. I was maybe in elementary school at that point, so it's super exciting to be on the other side of this as a professional in the school district.
If you could share your favorite Pep Rally memory, what would it be? Your favorite Pep Rally memory?
The favorite Pep Rally memory would be... We have funnel cakes. I love funnel cakes for like a Pep Rally, so that'll be good.
My favorite is when I was in the band in 2019, and we played our like popular song "Pokies B-Day," and the community just loved it, and everybody went crazy in the pavilion.
My favorite was when I was a senior in 2008, and I was running for homecoming queen and got a chance to address the community from the stage at the pep rally.
Alrighty. Well, as you can see, we're here at Beaumont, at Port Arthur Memorial High School, and we have the cheerleaders, we have the band, and we have our boots on the ground. So if you guys want to see the city pep rally tomorrow, you can see it, and our very own Tia Johnson will be there. Derek Jones, Port Arthur Memorial High School, 12 News.
All right, Derek, they're definitely fired up down there this morning. And Port Arthur, I have to say, I'm a little jealous of all the fun you're having out there. We'll check back in with you here in just a little bit. And our 409 Sports Blitz game of the week is going to feature the 1-2 Lumberton Raiders. They're up against the undefeated Bridge City Cardinals. Kickoff tonight at 7:30. Also, be sure to get in your vote for the 12 News Band of the Week. Go to 12newsnow.com/band to decide if it's going to be the Raiders or the Cardinals band that is going to take home the bragging rights this week. You have until 3 o'clock to get your votes in. And it's about to turn 7:21. Time for some trending news. And what would you do to find love or the love of your life? Now, a California woman, she is putting out digital billboards searching for her perfect match. That's one way to do it. Luz Pina has more.
This is what taking your chances at finding love to new heights looks like.
I'm looking for a husband, I'm looking for a committed relationship, and hopefully the love of my life.
For almost a month now, Bay Area resident and bachelorette Lisa Catalone decided to put herself out there. And when we say out there, we mean on 6 to 7 billboards on Highway 101 from the South Bay to San Francisco. This is pretty bold. What happened that you said, this is the approach that I'm going to take?
You know, every time I got a little frustrated with the dating scene within Silicon Valley and the Bay Area, I would work a little bit on my website. And it started off kind of as almost a joke, like I'm just going to make my own website. Then it just kind of, I was thinking, you know, maybe that's not that crazy of an idea after all. And so I decided, okay, well, I got to promote the website somehow. And what's more local than a billboard?
All hoping the one or someone who may know him leads him to her. Her ads are straight to the point. MaryLisa.com. Her website is her personal application collection service. This is where her future husband can apply.
I'm looking for somebody who would be compatible with me on things like religious views, politics, you know, healthy lifestyle, because I lead a healthy lifestyle, things that match up on all of that, and someone who's ready to get married and have kids in the future.
One thing about Lisa, she is not taking any chances and simply relying on billboards. She's also keeping an eye out when she's out and about.
Have flyers, business cards, you know, just in case I'm somewhere in person and I want to network.
So if you see someone that you like, you're like, hey.
Oh, I could definitely do that, yeah.
She said her search recently went viral when she posted it on TikTok, leading to an influx of applicants. How many applications have you gotten?
Oh gosh, I don't know because my phone's been going off.
Lisa says she's hopeful all this will be worth it when she meets the one. And just in case, we wanted to help. If your future husband is watching right now, what do you want to say to him?
I'm real. This entire project is real. I am serious about finding the love of my life.
For now, the search continues.
All right, taking a live look outside now from our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network above Beaumont. Your time's now 7:23 as we continue on in our third hour of 12 News Daybreak. Jeff Gerber's going to be right back with another look at your forecast.
We're working to get more information from Beaumont Police.
Join 12 News weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m.
We bring you the latest breaking news
and keep you safe when weather impacts your day.
Following the excitement with your team.
Covering local issues that matter in your community.
Watch 12 News at 6 and 10 p.m. and stream on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things.
You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it.
We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers.
We are normal people just like you.
And together, we can make a difference.
Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
409 Sports. To us, it's about so much more than a highlight, wins or losses.
It's the heart that makes up the game, the triumph of the human spirit.
It's agony and victory, diehards and day ones. It can divide or unify a community.
We give you the stats, but then we inspire you with the stories. The unpredictable, unforgettable, and incomparable.
We bring it to you all because sports lives in the 409.
I was invited to a party and I drank a few glasses of wine. I take off. The next thing you know, I see 2 pairs of lights behind me. They arrest me. It hurt. Now I have an ignition interlock system in my car and I have to blow in it every day just to turn my car on. When my son sees it, I hear him in the back seat. Daddy, what are you blowing in? It's embarrassing. My name is Eric Guerra. I had just a few glasses of wine, 8 months out, and I'm still dealing with the consequences of it.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Patrick Vaughn, here with another hurricane tip, protecting yourself against damaging wind. Secure or bring inside outdoor items such as lawn furniture and trash cans to prevent them from endangering property or people. Trim or remove trees close enough to fall on your home and protect windows with permanent storm shutters or sheeting. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
Welcome back at the bus stop for this morning. Pretty mild. Temperatures back into the 60s. We'll see pretty nice conditions at recess at 79, and then on the way home, warm, dry, mostly sunny. Temperatures are going to be into the upper 80s. Here's your coastal marine forecast for today. A northeasterly wind about 5 to 10 knots, seas only about 2 feet. Next high tide's not till late tonight, 8:24. Our sunrise was at 7:07. Our sunset is going to be at 7:07 this evening. Look for mostly smooth conditions on the inland lakes and bays for today.
And still ahead here on Daybreak, a Southeast Texas store clerk speaks out after coming face to face with an armed robbery. What he remembers most and the moment that he thought he wouldn't make it out. Plus, serious safety warnings for Texas motorcyclists. Why this season is one of the most dangerous times to be on the road. Your time is now 7:26, and here's a live look outside this morning. We're going to have more news and weather in our third hour of Daybreak in just a few minutes. Good morning, Southeast Texas. Thanks for joining us here on 12 News Daybreak. I'm Mark Armstrong. Your time's now 7:30, and that means it's time for your morning rush with some of the top stories this morning. First up, after 2 hours of holding Port Arthur police at bay, Raul Navejas was finally arrested yesterday. Crystal Holmes with the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office says that he's a convicted felon with a violent record. Deputies, they went to arrest him yesterday morning in the 1000 block of 12th Avenue with the help from Port Arthur police. He's now charged with evading with a prior conviction. And a Buena man is in jail on child pornography charges. Deputies arrested 31-year-old Joe Sanders yesterday morning at his home on County Road 721. He's facing a first-degree felony after investigators say that they got a cyber tip. Sheriff Chuck Havard says that evidence allegedly shows Sanders not only had the material, but he also shared it on social media. And a boil water notice remains in effect for Port Arthur after this massive leak Wednesday caused water pressure to drop below the state requirements. So the TCEQ, they're asking residents to boil their water before drinking, cooking, brushing teeth, and even washing hands. The city is going to lift that notice and notify residents once it is safe to drink again. And now we're going to take a live look outside from our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network about 20 minutes after sunrise this morning. Jeff Gerber standing by here to tell us about how it's going to look this weekend. Hey, Jeff.
Yeah, good morning. Temperatures right now into the middle to lower 60s. So feeling very nice out there. Port Arthur upper 60s at about 68, and then Woodville's at 67. Then we drop off to 61 in Jasper, 63 in Kirbyville. Silsbee, Beaumont's at 64, and Orange currently at about 65. So looking pretty nice this morning, feeling pretty nice, very comfortable. As we head up towards Jasper, where we're seeing temperatures right around 60 degrees this morning. You can see the Jasper County Courthouse behind it. No clouds, clear skies. This camera brought to you by Parvalis, part of the Roofing 911 Live Skycam network. Day planner shows temperatures just getting into the lower 70s by 9 a.m., lower 80s at noon, and then we'll see those highs into the middle 80s for this afternoon. Partly cloudy skies today, if not mostly sunny. Just a few clouds here and there with a north wind at 3 to 8. Humidity will be low. I won't say exactly comfortable, but warm weather won't feel as oppressive today as it has in the past with those high humidity readings. So looking good not only today, but through the weekend. Weekend forecast is coming up.
12 News Hurricane Headquarters, sponsored by Entergy.
12 News continues telling the stories of how Hurricane Rita impacted Southeast Texas 20 years later. And this morning, we're looking at Sabine Pass, where that storm made landfall, devastating the small community. The superintendent for Sabine Pass ISD telling us that since Rita, houses in the area have been rebuilt to at least 12 feet above sea level. She also shared how the community came together in their time of need. Here's 12 News reporter Cameron Burchett.
The landscape of Sabine Pass is completely different now than it was 20 years ago. Hurricane Rita rocked the area and brought severe damage to the school and the community. It left them rebuilding for years.
We had never seen the devastation that Rita brought. It was new for all of us.
Sabine Pass ISD Superintendent Christy Hyde has lived in Southeast Texas her entire life. She says the community was without power for at least 2 months following Hurricane Rita.
It was telephone lines and power lines. They were all down, and then the community was still holding water. We had barges that were on the water side that actually floated up into the community.
5 to 10 feet of storm surge flooded the coastal areas of Jefferson County. She says nothing could have prepared her for the devastation.
The buildings on the ground were pretty damaged. Our auditorium and our gymnasium and our math and science classes.
School employees helped turn a damaged wood shop at the school into a vital space for help.
We mudded it out and created a distribution center and a hub for Salvation Army, Red Cross, for FEMA.
Help continued to pour in.
The Coast Guard came in and helped clean up the community, and so we had a lot of outside groups come in for Rita.
3 years after Hurricane Rita, the community was still rebuilding.
We weren't fully recovered from Rita when Ike hit.
Hyde says she still feels a sense of unease every hurricane season.
I hold my breath every September until we're through it and we can put one more hurricane season behind us.
Superintendent Hyde says the community and the district are resilient through it all. She says they will continue to be strong and always help their neighbors. In Sabine Pass, Cameron Burchett, 12 News.
And today will be a somber anniversary across the U.S. Southeast. It will mark 1 year since Hurricane Helene devastated the region. Helene left behind a path of destruction stretching over 500 miles from Florida to the southern Appalachians. And the storm made landfall in Florida's Big Bend region as a Category 4 hurricane late in the night on September 26th. It moved into Georgia as a Category 2 hurricane early the next morning. Helene weakened to a tropical storm as it pushed toward the Carolinas and across the Blue Ridge Mountains. The North Carolina city of Asheville was especially hard hit. The region had been primed for flooding after getting rainfall just prior to Helene's arrival, and at least 250 people across 6 states died due to that storm. And 12 News is continuing to gather information this morning on a shooting that forced Orangefield ISD schools into a lockdown yesterday. All the students, they're fine, but investigators say that a man is dead and a woman is in the hospital after a shooting near the schools. Now, late Thursday morning, deputies responded to Granger Lane. That's where they found 44-year-old woman shot. She was rushed to the hospital in serious condition. The man who shot her ran off, but deputies later found him on the same road. He went inside of a portable building where deputies say they heard a single gunshot. They say he took his own life. Now, deputies, they haven't released the names of that man or woman, and we also don't know a motive yet, but the school lockdowns, they were lifted once the suspect was found. And in Port Arthur, police are investigating a robbery at a game room. And from the outside, it just looks like a regular storefront. That building, it is located on Gulfway Drive near the 1600 block of 9th Avenue. Now, investigators say that no one was hurt here, and police, they have not said how many suspects were involved or what was stolen even. 12 News has reached out for more information, and we're going to keep you updated. And this morning, we are hearing from that gas station clerk who came face to face with this armed robber Wednesday night. This is a story that we broke on Daybreak yesterday morning. 12 News obtained this surveillance footage showing those terrifying moments when the gunman walked into the Gulf Station on Lutcher Drive in Orange. Police, they are still looking for that suspect. And 12 News reporter Spencer Plato, she sat down with the clerk who says that she's back at work but still shaken up.
So I'm very, very shocking.
It was a normal day at work for Sharani Fernando until a man walked into the Gulf gas station with other plans in mind. Surveillance video shows the moment a man walked in, jumped behind the counter, and pointed a gun at Fernando.
On the behind, that my office, there has a behind. I'm sitting there. It's incidentally came in the man, that a black guy. That tall, the thin man, this coming inside.
Open the register. The armed robber took everything from her phone to cash from the register, even cigarettes.
Took my phone. The first time I took my phone, I begged them, give me my phone. That no, that I can't give you. That you have to open the first register. That I will come back. That open the register. They took the money and cigarettes.
Now it's back to business at the station. But for regular customers, watching the surveillance video was difficult.
I know them. I come here all the time.
It's surprising that we got robbed because I come here every day.
The loyal customers say this comes as a shock.
Oh my God. I could not believe it. These are good people in here.
One regular customer who asked us to not identify him says they all agree. The store clerks look out for their customers.
They're really nice people. They really do. They gave me a couple deals before, so it's just, you know, they really look out for people. So it's just like, it's shocking to me that that happened to them.
He says it's a reminder that no one is immune.
You know, the world is really cool, so it can happen to anybody. Really, no matter who you are, it can happen to anybody.
And that was our Spencer Plato reporting. Fernando wasn't physically hurt, but she was taken to the hospital for emotional distress. The Orange Police Department, they're asking anyone with any information to contact them. And Christian author Frank Turek drew a packed crowd last night at Lamar University. The line to get in was so long that 12 News couldn't even make it inside. Turek, he is known nationwide for his If God, Why Evil tour and other faith-focused talks. Now a mentor to Charlie Kirk, Turek recently spoke at Kirk's memorial in Arizona describing being with him when Kirk was shot and killed 2 weeks ago in Utah. Now he is bringing his message to Southeast Texas. And this time of year is the most dangerous for motorcycle drivers. Right now, 5 Southeast Texans, they're still recovering nearly 2 weeks after they were hit while driving home from the hill country. Take a look at this video. You can see that chain reaction. One of the riders told 12 News that it was that 18-wheeler driver that wasn't paying attention when he hit the SUV, which then cut in front of the group of the riders, causing them to wreck. And this is far from the only motorcycle crash this year. Beaumont police, they say most motorcycle wrecks involve other drivers just not paying attention. They say oftentimes the smaller profile of the bike makes it harder for other drivers to see them.
People in vehicles, they have to check twice to make sure that a motorcycle is not in their blind spot, or that there's not a motorcycle, you're fixing to turn left in front of a motorcycle. So they really need to pay attention on both ends. 2 wheels and 4 wheels both need to pay attention.
There's a lot out there that motorcyclists don't have control over, but what they can do is check their tire pressure, make sure the tread isn't too worn, and create a ride plan and have safety meetings with your group. And need a passport but can't make it during the week? Well, the Jefferson County District Clerk's Office is making it easy. Tomorrow, Saturday, is Passport Day. And so the office at the county courthouse is going to be open from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. No appointment needed. You can apply for a new passport, choose the routine or expedited service, and even get your photo ID taken there on site. Just be sure to bring your required documents, and all those details are available at travel.state.gov. All right, well, coming up here in our third hour of Daybreak, it's homecoming week at Port Arthur Memorial, and the Titans, they are fired up to take on Beaumont United. 12 News reporter Derek Jones, he's live down there right now with all the excitement. We'll check with him in just a moment.
And the rain is gone. We're going to settle into a nice, warm, dry weather pattern going through the weekend into next week. We'll have details coming up in weather.
As tropical activity picks up in the Gulf, 12 News is your hurricane headquarters. Get prepared before a storm hits. Watch the 12 News Hurricane Special, streaming on 12 News Plus. From the must-haves in your supply kit to the evacuation routes you'll need to take, plus safety tips and how you can protect yourself from storm scammers. The 12 News Hurricane Special, keeping you prepared. Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
No matter where we start, every mile brings us closer. And as Texans, we take care of each other along the way. We lend a hand, slow down, and take our time. At the end of the day, we all want to get home safe. Drive like a Texan. Kind, courteous, and safe.
The impact killed my dad and brother instantly. A man, after drinking excessively with his coworkers, ran a stop sign, T-boned my parents' Honda, and destroyed our family. He could have just said, hey, I'm not okay. There's Lyft, there's Uber, there's taxis. There's so many other options. Every day, someone else can be taken away.
The STEM fields are providing opportunity to be part of the developments that will shape the future, and the Army National Guard is at the forefront of the movement. Soldiers can serve part-time and choose from dozens of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics jobs, working with cutting-edge technology and innovations. And the skills and experience they receive can open doors for them to civilian careers in the STEM world. Join a team that is taking the lead in STEM by talking to a local recruiter or by going to nationalguard.com/careers.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Patrick Vaughn, here with some hurricane tips for protecting yourself against flooding. Take shelter in a designated storm shelter or an interior room and stay away from glass windows of doors. And if flooding begins, move to higher ground immediately. Never walk, swim, or drive through floodwaters. Remember, turn around, don't drown. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy.
Out the door this morning, you're going to run into some pretty nice weather. Temperatures back into the 60s, and we have clear skies through southeast Texas, southwest Louisiana. Here's the look over towards Lake Charles on our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network, and looking pretty good over there. Looking good right here in southeast Texas. Temperatures anywhere from 68 in Port Arthur all the way down to 61 in Jasper right now. 63 in Kirbyville, 64 in Silsbee and Beaumont. Orange at 66 and then 67 right now in Woodville. Front is out into the Gulf. Out ahead of it, that's where we're seeing a few showers this morning, and they're headed southward, so away from us. When you can see clear skies across North Texas, East Texas, Central Texas, looking really good out there for this morning. All we're calling for is maybe a couple of clouds for today. We rise up into the lower 80s by lunchtime and then hit the middle 80s for highs today, around 85 to about 87. Dry weather out there for this afternoon and the next several days. We're really not expecting any rain through at least most of next week. 70s for late this evening as you head out for some football games, and then overnight into Saturday morning we'll see 60s once again across southeast Texas. Out in the Atlantic, we have now Hurricane Umberto. Winds are at 75. It is moving west, but eventually will make a curve towards the north and eventually back to the north and east. And then we have this disturbance down towards Haiti, and it looks like it's going to be working its way northward. It's got an 80-90% chance of maybe developing into something, and right now they're thinking it could get close to the southeastern U.S. Umberto with winds at 75, it's going to take a track back out, it looks like, into the Atlantic, not quite making it towards the East Coast, but it's going to be a Category 3 or 4 hurricane they're predicting, so it's going to be a major hurricane as we head towards late in the weekend into early next week. Nothing's going to be affecting the Gulf, it looks like, through the next 7 to 10 days, so we should be fine. Mostly sunny, north winds at 3 to 8, temperatures into the middle 80s for today. Football Friday night, mainly 70s. We'll see some 80s early in the game, but 70s for most of the game, and we'll have mostly clear skies. Overnight, back down into the 60s again, middle to lower 60s with mostly clear skies, light and variable winds, and then our 7-day forecast shows more of the same. 60s every morning through Thursday of next week. Afternoon highs do start to climb. We go from upper 80s today and into the weekend to some lower 90s for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week. Definitely. If you're wondering, our normal high this time of year about 88.
Definitely feeling a lot more like fall around here. At least that forecast is looking more like it.
The mornings will definitely feel a lot better. Yep.
Still gonna be a little hot there in the afternoons, but you know, keep that sunscreen handy. And just a reminder, you can download our app at any time to get the latest on the weather. You can check the radar by going to the radar tab in the app.
It's time for the Daybreak Pep Rally.
And Friday Night Lights have taken over southeast Texas, and Port Arthur Memorial is ready to show out for homecoming. The Titans are pumped up for their showdown with Beaumont United, and our 12 News reporter Derek Jones live at Port Arthur Memorial. Derek, how's the atmosphere?
Hey Mark, I'm here at Port Arthur Memorial High School. We have the cheerleaders behind me giving us a cheer, and I have football players and also one of our grand marshals here. And if you could just tell me a little bit about your involvement in the pep rally.
Yes, sir. So my name is Kayla Jacobs. I am the founder of State of the Trill, and we are grand marshals for the parade, and we also help to plan the pep rally and the parade activities for tomorrow.
All right, and could you just tell me why this parade is so important to the community?
Port Arthur is very much like a family. The heritage of Port Arthur, the 3 original high schools, we love homecoming. We love the family feeling of it, and so being able to continue that legacy is all important to Port Arthurians across the spectrum.
All right, and then players, if you could just tell me what you're excited about tonight's game.
Well, I'm going to start off by introducing myself. My name is Oscar. I am a senior at Port Arthur Memorial. I've been playing football for 4 years. These are my teammates.
My name is Kevin Roberts. I play receiver, and I'm a senior.
My name is Zakarian Woods. I play defensive end, and I'm a senior.
And you're the coach, correct?
Yes, Coach Morgan, head football coach.
All right, and if you guys could just tell me what you're excited about the pep rally, tonight's game, and homecoming coming up.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a really big game for us. It's going to start off everything, especially because we're going into district. I mean, we're trying to go all the way, state championship, so this is going to be the first step for us.
And I understand district play is starting this week. Could you just tell me what your team is doing to prepare for the district and what you guys are doing to prepare for tonight's game against your rivals, Beaumont United High School?
I think, well, we're going to work extra hard, especially now because we're in district, and this is where the game really do matter. And you know, we just got to put the effort, show up every day, put that hard work in, and, you know, just win games.
Any comment on that?
I can't hear you.
Any comment on what you guys are doing to prepare for tonight's game against the rivals of Beaumont United?
I don't got too much to say.
Oh, they've had a great week of practice. They're ready to go tonight.
All right, all right. All right, so Derek Jones here at Port Arthur Memorial High School. If you guys want to see tonight's game, it will be at Beaumont United. Also, Tia Johnson will be at the City Pep Rally tomorrow for Port Arthur. So if you guys want to see that, check it out tomorrow at 10 a.m. Derek Jones, Port Arthur Memorial High School, 12 News.
Right, Derek, you're having all the fun down there without me. I'm a little jealous. Looks like they're really pumped up there in Port Arthur. And our 409 Sports Blitz Game of the Week is going to feature the 1-2 Lumberton Raiders. They're up against the undefeated Bridge City Cardinals. Kickoff for that game is 7:30 tonight. Also be sure to get in your vote for the 12 News Band of the Week. Just go to 12newsnow.com/band to decide if it's going to be the Raiders or the Cardinals band that's going to take on home the bragging rights this week. You have until 3 p.m. and we're going to announce the winner tonight at 6. And meet our 12 News Pet of the Week this Friday. His name is Winner, and this charming 4-month-old mixed breed has been at the Humane Society for almost 45 days, which is pretty surprising. Just look how adorable he is. He's playful, snuggly, and full of personality, and by adopting Winner, you'd be the real winner. He's a loyal friend and a cuddler who's good with other dogs, cats, and kids. Contact the Humane Society today to meet Winner. And heat up the griddle. Today is National Pancake Day, also known as flapjacks, Johnny cakes, griddle cakes, or hot cakes. Pancakes are a traditional breakfast favorite. My mom used to make them out of buckwheat. Get that, huh? Dating back tens of thousands of years, pancakes may be the oldest breakfast food in history. They are made with a mix of batter, and the toppings are endless. Butter, syrup, fruit, whipped cream, honey, or nuts. You can whip up some pancakes at home or head on out to a number of restaurants that are offering deals to celebrate the day. And when 12 News Daybreak returns here on 12 News Plus, we're going to have more news and weather in your morning rush out. Your time is now 7:51.
When industry news breaks, we're on the front lines, digging into the issue,
Lamar is working to protect Power City from hackers,
filtering out rumors, and giving you the facts direct from inside sources.
ExxonMobil and lawyers for the United Steelworkers
Taking on the story from all sides.
The company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection last year.
Southeast Texas is a power city, and we're bringing the power to you. 12 News, putting Southeast Texas first.
We begin with breaking news in Port Neches.
Firefighters continue attacking the flames from the air.
We're working to learn more about a police chase.
We'll give you a live look at the scene tonight. Our crew there.
A chase in Port Neches turned into a standoff.
So we're working to get you more information.
We're going to keep you updated on air and online as we learn more.
Stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
409 Sports. To us, it's about so much more than a highlight, wins or losses.
It's the heart that makes up the game, the triumph of the human spirit.
It's agony and victory, diehards and day ones. It can divide or unify a community.
We give you the stats, but then we inspire you with the stories. The unpredictable, unforgettable, and incomparable.
We bring it to you all because sports lives in the 409.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, "Don't mess with Texas," means we gotta step up, walk the walk. Do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, "Don't mess with Texas" means don't litter.
I'm meteorologist Kerry Cooper here with another hurricane tip, cleaning up safely. After the storm has passed, avoid damaged or fallen power lines, poles, and downed wires in case of electrocution. Wear appropriate protective equipment including gloves, goggles, and boots. Clean and disinfect everything that got wet, and when moving heavy debris, work with a partner. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
Welcome back to Daybreak. It's 7:54 right now, and that means it's time for your Friday morning rush out. Here's everything you need to know as you start your day. First up, after 2 hours of holding Port Arthur police at bay, Raul Navejas was finally arrested yesterday. Crystal Holmes with the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office says that he's a convicted felon with a violent record. Deputies, they went to arrest him yesterday morning in the 1000 block of 12th Avenue with the help from Port Arthur police. Now he is now charged with evading with a prior conviction. And this Buna man's in jail on child pornography charges. Deputies arrested 31-year-old Joe Sanders yesterday morning at his home on County Road 721. He's facing a first-degree felony after investigators say they got a cyber tip. Sheriff Chuck Havertz says evidence allegedly shows Sanders not only had the child pornography, but also shared it on social media. And a boil water notice remains in effect for Port Arthur after this massive leak Wednesday caused water pressure to drop below state requirements. The TCEQ is asking all residents to boil their water before drinking, cooking, brushing teeth, and even washing your hands. The city will lift that notice and notify residents once it is safe to drink again.
The rain is gone across southeast Texas, and now we have a long streak of some dry weather to deal with as we go through not only this weekend but into next week as well. Mornings are going to feel more like fall finally, thanks to the front that went through. We're going to be seeing middle 60s, even some lower 60s towards early next week. Afternoon highs still trending a little up above normal in the upper 80s and lower 90s.
And here's a reason to smile as we wrap up our third and final hour of Daybreak. Math class has never sounded so cool. We got a big lead up here at Blanchett Elementary. Miss Hernandez and Miss Duhan's first graders, they are learning their doubles by wrapping them. From 2 + 2 is 4 to 5 + 5 is 10. These students are proving math can be fun and catchy. Listen to this.
Yeah.
They came dressed for the part too. I love that. That is definitely the way to learn. I told you before, I learned my multiples of 3 through a Sesame Street rap, actually.
Whatever works.
I guess so. It's still cool, apparently, to do raps in school. So.
Sure.
All right, thanks so much for watching Daybreak on 12 News Plus. We're going to be back here at midday at 11.
Have a great day, everybody.